Hey guys, welcome to Godzillathon, and I'm your host, SB Goji fan. So today, I just want to say something that I I realized I should start a little bit earlier for the movie just because I just couldn't get excited anymore. I just couldn't wait. I just want to get started so bad. So I decided to start because I just want to feel like I want to have some fun. So, anyways, episode 1, we're starting with Gojira. Yes, Gojira is the first episode we're starting. Now, before I want to start, I just want to say there are actually two movies into one review in one video. Yes, I'm going to review the American version. I will do it the same with some other reviews. I mean, it's basically the same movie but different versions, but still it's the same movie and the same storyline. Um so anyways, it's what do I think about this movie? Well, I'm going to explain my thoughts on this movie. So, yeah. Now, before I want to start, I just want to say that I'm sort of sick right now because I'm just catching a cold, and that's why I couldn't go to school today because I have a cold. But yeah, I'm sorry guys. Anyways, let's begin. It starts out with a boat that was off to the sea, and the people see like are just hanging out and some crap like that. But also they see like an explosion in the water, and the boat actually exploded. Yeah, I think that's what it is when it comes to the beginning. After the main title with the theme song, which is unforgettable. After that disaster, then we meet our two characters, part of our two favorite characters, Hideto Ogata, and of course his love interest, Emiko. By the way, guys, Hideto Ogata is played by Akira Takarada, one of the best actors in Godzilla films, and Emiko is played by Momoko Kochi. Yeah, probably a classic character. Yeah. Then outside of Tokyo at the deck, the three survivors from the boat are swimming to the deck of Tokyo. People are wondering who or what could have done this, and of course that also caught the same thing with the let's just say the other three survivors that head up to the beach. So then at night, when some of our characters like let's just say Hideto and Kaiohei. I forgot who the actor's name is for Kaiohei. Um, they were wondering who could have done this. I think Kaiohei is actually there. When who knows? They're actually wondering like after like when they come up with the dance song and say like telling us that there's that a monster like actually attacked that and it was a disaster. Yeah. So the next day, the Japanese or some of the people went up to the mountain to see like they could just travel and some shit like that. But of course, the monster actually appears, and the face expression looks really terrifying, actually. And of course, we all know what it came to be today: Gojira, aka Godzilla. Godzilla's face looks really scary. After like roaring at Emiko, like after seeing her, he just runs away. Not runs away. He just walks away, and they look at after going away back to the sea. Oh, by the way, before that scene, the wind actually caused a massive destruction, and it wasn't a wind or a hurricane like that. It was actually whatchamacallit? It's just a giant footprint. Back to Tokyo, scientists actually discovered that about the dinosaur history and some crap, and say the dinosaurs were that like millions of years, like creatures and some shit like that, or billions actually. But of course, when this one appeared, it's actually awakened from after the attack of 1945's end of World War II atom bombs. Of course, Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs, known as Little Boy and Fat Man. One of the bombs actually created Godzilla. So later on, the military actually wants to set a trap to take down Godzilla, like electric volts, traps. I don't know. Then Godzilla actually comes back. I think he also burned a cruise ship. Did he? Oh, that was in the beginning. He went back to Japan and see if he could go back to destroy some shit, but he fell for the electric volts. But guess what? Did that work? No, of course not. That never worked because he actually obliterates them with his bare hands. Way to go, you bastard. Just kidding. You're not a bastard, Godzilla. Then he steps on a train. Of course, he grabs it with his mouth and threw it. That's not the case what happens in 1984, which I'm not going to review that right now. So, he caused so much destruction in the city. A car just actually, like, ran to Godzilla and just flips over. And that, by the way, that effect looks really cheesy, just because it's too fast. So, after all that destruction in Tokyo, he went back to the ocean. The next day, we see, like, a humongous destruction. Like, it's actually the beginning of the American version, which I'm not going to explain that until later on. I'll get to that when I review King of the Monsters. We see people in pain, dying, and children crying, and some shit just happened. Emiko told, let's just say, that there's only one he could find that she'd been trying to keep secrets from her old friend. And of course, we all know who it is, Dr. Serizawa. Yes, the Dr. Serizawa we all recognized. I think it's Daisuke Serizawa. I don't know. Great. So, Dr. Serizawa actually told Emiko about the oxygen destroyer. It cannot be warned in America. It cannot be used. It could be a massive killer to the planet. So, Emiko been keeping secrets for Dr. Serizawa, but she couldn't when she told Hideto. Yeah, that's Akira Takarada, like I said. Yeah. So, Hideto and Emiko visited Dr. Serizawa, and Dr. Serizawa refused to tell everyone about the oxygen destroyer. He burned all his files. Emiko starts crying and some shit like that. Actually, I think after or before that scene, we hear children singing a very and powerful sad song, also known as Prayer for Peace. It's a really powerful song. I cried when that song appeared. It was like one of the most saddest songs in kaiju history, in one of monster film history, actually. It's just one of the best. It's just one of the saddest songs. Of course, the next day, the military, on the boats, or some ships, the military went to the Sea of Japan to see where Godzilla is sleeping. They, Hideto and Dr. Serizawa, went down to the ocean, and when they see Godzilla right there, and Dr. Serizawa took the oxygen destroyer with him, he actually let Hideto go up to the sea, like go up, like away from Dr. Serizawa, and Hideto goes, Serizawa! No! Hideto actually screams when when he's leaving the ocean, and he doesn't want to leave Dr. Serizawa, because Hideto actually wants to help him, but Dr. Serizawa actually chooses to destroy the oxygen destroyer. Or not destroy it, he actually decides to kill Godzilla with the oxygen destroyer. Opens it. Well, not opens it. He drops it on the floor, and the oxygen destroyer starts opening. And, of course, we see that this is probably one of the saddest scenes. Actually, the saddest scene in this film. Godzilla's screaming for pain that let's just say that he's dying. The oxygen destroyer is actually killing him. But not only that, but Dr. Serizawa actually killed himself. And then we see Godzilla burning or not burning. He he starts disintegrating into ashes. Well, his skin starts disintegrating. We see his bones, and his bones starts disintegrating. Which I'm sort of confused about that when we get to the 2002 film. Yeah. Of course, Godzilla dies, but then Hideto told Emiko that he wants them to feel happy. Him and Emiko. And Emiko starts crying like big time because that was her old friend that died. Kaihedo or Kaiohei had a really good speech. Actually, he had a really good speech. I can't remember what it was, but him and the soldiers of Japan or Tokyo soldiers starts praying after his death. Before like after this or before this can happen, Dr. Serizawa mentioned this. He wants to make sure this creation that he made, the Oxygen Destroyer, of course, must not be used ever again. That is his worst nightmare. That he should never had that nightmare ever again. Wait till episode 22, and that's the end of the movie. So, what do I think about this movie? I love it. I think it's probably the best thing about the franchise. It's the movie that started it all, and I I really wanted this to be my number one favorite movie, but there are actually two Godzilla movies I like better. And no, it's not 98, it's not 2014, and it's definitely not Shin. Yeah. So, um this is the only movie that everyone will always recognize, probably the best of the franchise. I will give my rating on this movie, but first I'm going to review the next one, King of the Monsters. So, here we go. So, Godzilla King of the Monsters. I don't know who the person's behind this movie after the first release by Ishiro Honda. Um, I think it's okay. Let me be clarified about this movie. Here are the good things. Um, of course, we got the main character, Steve Martin. Okay, it's not the Steve Martin that you guys recognize as the actor. I'm talking about the character Steve Martin, played by Raymond Burr. I think I like his character in 1985 more than this one. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk about that. But the American version has weird moments, actually. A few weird moments, like when the guy's speaking Japanese and in English dubbing. It's like somebody purposely did that. Some guy who voiced that character did it on purpose. I don't know. That's a really big purpose. How bad it became. But let me say. Oh, and that's the only thing I could think of that's had weird moments. But guys, if there's any good thing about this movie, it's still the same thing. I don't hate this movie. I love it. I grew up watching that movie, but I grew up watching the Japanese version more than this one. But this movie, let's be honest, it's just, aren't you forgetting this was the first movie that was released in America back in 1956? I mean, come on, guys. This movie was a huge hit after the first release in the American box office. 93% of its Fresh Tomatoes after its first released. Everyone in America loved this movie, and they said it's classic. They loved it in America, even though even though we still think the Japanese version is way better. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's my quick review about reviewing the American version. So let me go to the thoughts. Let me go to the information about this movie. I keep forgetting this. The music wise, or the director we recognize is Ishiro Honda, probably the best Godzilla director, and music wise is always composed by Akira Fukube, and he still goes on forever until one of the musics in 2004 in episode 29, which I'm gonna review that later. Let's see what else. Oh, Hideto. I love the actor of him. I love Akira Takarada, and he still goes on in makes appearances in other Godzilla films, like somewhere in the Heisei, somewhere in the Millennium. Still the best Godzilla actor, best character actor forever. And of course, Emiko, played by Momoko Kochi, um, she's really hot. Like back then, I'm sorry, I just missed her a lot. We'll see about that. I hope I hope we all recognize her. Um, I keep forgetting the actor's name. What's his name again? Hang on. Aki Akihiko Hirata. I think that's his name, right? He's the guy who played Dr. Serizawa. He still goes on with in other as other characters' films, like somewhere in the Showa films, the only thing I can recognize for him being in other Showa films are the last two Showa films, which I'm gonna review them soon. So now we go on to the monster himself, Godzilla. This is actually his first design of Godzilla. He looks really good. I really love that design. I just loved it, and I think this design was reused, but remodeled it in Shin and 1984. I think I'm correct about this, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, was it also used in 2001? I'm talking about GMK. I really don't know. I really don't know. But he's still really good looking. I love the design. My only complaint about him is that I don't know how much tall he is in the Japanese version, but they mistaken that size in the American version as 400 feet tall. That's a big mistake that the American version did really bad. That's one of the things I think I had to complain. So, yeah, I will always recognize this film. Everyone should recognize this film. It's still the best. Now, my final thoughts on this movie. I give this movie 10 out of 10. I give the American version 9.5 out of 10. It's still a great movie, only the Japanese version. The American version is kind of weird, but I think the people who are not fans, I definitely should think you really need to show them the Japanese version. So, I'll see you guys next time, maybe after Christmas break. So,